We often overestimate how much we can do in a week and underestimate how many things can change within a year. This is because we generally want to see results in an instant. The same goes with exercise, regaining our health, and working to build a successful business from scratch. All of these things take time. It's impossible to build a great physique in a week or successful business, but here is just about right to be on a very promising track. Hey chums, my name is Nick, and for those of you that are subscribed to this channel for a while now, know that I'm freak when it comes to mindfulness and healthy habits that make my life better 1% every single day, or 0.5%. The point is, no matter how far we see ourselves in life, we still need constant progress to be fulfilled and happy. Some of you now may want to quit some toxic habits like smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol. And some of you may want to drink less coffee this year, and that's fine. All of these things can be New Year resolutions. In my opinion, happiness comes from constant progress. The more we do things and push the boundaries of what was impossible for us a week ago or a month ago is progress. And the more we see this progress for ourselves, the more we kind of get this inner fulfillment and self-worth. In time, this feeling of knowing that we are a step further every single day makes us happy. For example, I had a huge wall of resistance to start filming this video. But once I set the camera on mic and started talking, it makes me fulfilled and value to share all of this with you. And this makes me happy. So let this be a reminder that no matter how much resistance or lack of enthusiasm we have for the things we want to change, say put on the clothes and go to the gym, know that motion determines emotion. The story that our mind creates that makes us lazy or not determined is just justification and excuse, nothing more than that. In this video, we'll go through some of the changes I want to do this year in hopes to inspire some of you chums to do the same. The first one is to solve my financial problem for the next 10 years. When I work, I don't spend a dime. Okay, I go out, get some groceries, spend some electricity at home to make a smoothie, but in general, I live below my means. I believe most money that are spent in the world are spent in vain, because we all know that people would rather buy the newest iPhone than invest in themselves or in their business. As they say, we buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. And I'm not mad about this, it's just the way it is. But I don't want to be part of that. My New Year resolution is to set aside enough finances so I can live for the next 10 years worry-free given my lifestyle now. I'm also not a bum. I want to buy myself good clothes from time to time, spend money on travel and experiences, and some necessary technology like this camera or mic that I'm filming this video with. But I don't want the money I spend to be fortune compared to what I earn. So the plan is to work up this channel to more than 10,000 subscribers. I also want to increase the turnover on my original business ×2. And I recently got into flipping NFTs, and to be honest, that's a great business now. If things go according to plan, I should be set financially for the next 10 years. If your financial situation is not one where you can work this year and be financially set for the next 10 years, make another financial plan this year. Make it your goal to build a business, one where you can be profitable in the next 6 months. Or maybe you have a job that doesn't really pay well and doesn't give you that emotional satisfaction and challenge. Make it your goal to find a job that pays well and does give you that emotional satisfaction. And I say to make it your goal because I know that our brain can craft a way once we set our mind to do something. Another important thing is to write all of these things down. Make a list of all the things you want to accomplish this year and write a short description of how you plan to do that. When we put out things on a piece of paper, we kind of wire our brain to get those things because they now exist in the physical reality. Don't be lazy. Just take out a piece of pen and paper and start writing. My second New Year resolution is to be more present. This sounds like a strange New Year resolution, I know, believe me. But the more we think about it and get to know ourselves, of how we think and function, you'll notice that we are never here. And when I say never, I mean more than 95% of the time. We always think of this step further, or the next goal, or this fantasy of what ifs and should haves. We have 3,000 per hour or 50 thoughts per minute. I don't know about you, but I do not like the sound of that. And another research states that 80% of our thoughts are negative. Now imagine you have 70,000 thoughts per day and 80% of those are negative. Wait, I'm not finished yet. Another research states that 95% of all those 70,000 thoughts we have per day are repetitive thoughts. We basically live in a loop of overthinking, negative thought repetitive pattern. That's a reality I don't want to live in, and I put this on the New Year resolution on purpose. I want to do everything I can to be present and change those perimeters. The plan to do that is to meditate more throughout the day and intentionally focus on things around me. For example, while I'm writing this now, I will stop and look around for a minute to ground myself. I don't know if you champs work from home, but I do, and from time to time I feel detached from reality. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong here on earth, and I don't like that feeling. I also plan to go more in my village house to get away from work and practice more meditation and hiking. I've tried this in the past and it was the best formula for grounding, but somewhere along the line I got distracted to work, just work all the time. That stops now. I would suggest you do the same if you can, because we have crazy things coming like the metaverse and virtual reality. All of these things will make present time more and more difficult to attain. One exercise I would suggest is to cut out Netflix and screen time. Make yourself a rule to stay up to 1 hour online, of course if it's not work related, and watch less than 1 hour Netflix, HBO or whatever you watch through the day. I truly encourage you to start using YouTube more. I still haven't seen an app with more refined knowledge in a 10-minute video to date. If you want to watch something about finances, watch Andrei Jik or Graham Stephan or similar related channels. These guys give so much knowledge in some of their videos that you cannot compare with any paid course. So yeah, instead of Netflix, switch to educational videos, books, and life-changing habits like meditation. Work on the brain while being present, instead of flying away from the cuckoo's nest. The third New Year resolution is to balance my work and family time. This may sound a bit off, especially to the younger generation, but I feel like the time I spend with my family is the best quality time I had. All the good memories I have are with family, close relatives and close friends. Also, I've noticed in myself that I get tossed out of balance easily. I can work for like 12 hours straight and not make any family phone calls and completely forget that I have family members around me. And then the next day I spend the entire day with them to make up for the wasted time. And I leave some very important tasks unfinished. The disrupted balance really bothers me, and I want to change that by keeping myself more to schedule. Also, this is a good reminder for you champs. Maybe now you have 60, 70-year-old grandmothers or grandfathers. You can then make the calculation very easy of how many times you visit them, say once a month. This is just an example. If they live 10 more years, you have 120 more visits with them. And again, sorry for this creepy math, but this was a wake-up call for me to spend more time with them. I want to build beautiful memories with my family while they're here, not just Skype calls and meetings with business partners. Let this also be a reminder for you, champ. No matter how tight schedule you have, to put in time there, to visit the people that truly love you from the bottom of their heart. Because remember, no matter how creepy it sounds, we are not eternal human beings. The clock is ticking for all of us. It doesn't matter if you pay attention to it or not. That's why I want to spend more time with my family, as well as feel that tickling clock. Not just imagine this past and future of what ifs and should haves. Now, having balance is not only family and work. It can be exercise, rest, or work, rest. We can find these dualities in everyday things. It's important to find balance and participate in both dualities. For example, if we exercise, we need to rest. Or if we work, we also need to rest. Otherwise, we'll get burnout quickly and puke whenever we think of work again. Here's one thing you can do now. Take out a notebook and start by writing a title, New Year Resolutions. Put the first one you have in mind, something you really wanted to change for a long time. Write it down and make a short description of how you plan to attain the change. Maybe if you want to stop smoking cigarettes, put down, I will start smoking 1 cigarette less every day and stop altogether in 19 days. Or you can just throw the pack in a trash can and tell yourself you're never going to smoke another cigarette again. From experience, I can assure you that the last example is the best way to stop smoking. But if you want, you can also start by decreasing the amount of cigarettes you smoke. Write it all down in the notebook. Close your eyes and imagine as you already have or attained these things. And most important, commit to them. Don't let them just be some wishes that eat dust in your drawer. It's not much to attain 0.3% of your goal every single day. But when you add it all up, in 300 and something days, you should be able to attain your goal. Slow growth is the only growth. And let this be your year where you make the decision and take the action to change yourself for the better. Champs, thank you so much for bringing me to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, make sure to tap that like button below, as it really helps me spread videos like this even more. And if you want to hear more of this philosophy, make sure to subscribe too. See you in the next video here.